Bania Katwipi, Tabo Katonka, Wana Waka.
Yeah, I won't leave you waiting longer than I usually do for side quests. But that's probably not very encouraging. So I will exclude that part from my statement. Getting to be a bit laggy, apparently. Yeah, we'll pick up the couple of side quests that are here, I think, and then talk to that person.
What do you think, Khan?
The foundation of the Terrace Chemworks factory cannot be repaired. I expect total collapse within 2 weeks. Once the building falls, the stored chemicals will flood this area. They are highly toxic to humans. I am sorry.
That sounds very bad.
I'll make sure there are speeders on hand, but we can't just pack up and go. Do what you can.
As always, I will pursue an alternative. Master Jedi, forgive my inattentiveness. I am honored by your presence, though I advise you not to stay long.
Yeah, I heard. Something about toxic chemical overflow, was it?
You were talking about evacuation. What's going on?
Many of these ruins are unstable. A nearby structure used for chemical storage is on the verge of crumbling. As I was explaining to my colleague, there is only one way to remove the chemicals before they spill. A burn-off. A well-armed demolitions team could reach the structure and incinerate the chemical stockpiles. I can provide the incendiaries. Unfortunately, no team is available.
I'll give it a shot.
Why don't you let me deal with this?
Your generosity is considerable. You should know, however, between the structural instability, the toxicity levels, and the incendiary chemicals, the mission does carry substantial risk. It is nonetheless urgent. You are not a demolitions team. I fully recognize this.
Everything I do carries
but if you could arrange the burn-off,
risk.
I would humbly welcome your aid.
Yeah, everything I do these days carries substantial risk. Just add it to the list. I'll get around to it eventually. And since this game doesn't require that you do stuff in a time frame, I can take as long as I like.
Master Jedi, please excuse my abruptness. The Republic told me you might be able to help with a difficult situation. They say you are a most reliable operative on Terrace.
Oh,
have you heard
now?
anything about titroxinate being sold on the black market?
I don't know what that is.
What's titroxinate?
Titroxinate was the pre-patent name for the weaponized agent we think was responsible for the Rakghoul plague. The Empire could fashion it into a terrible weapon, turning our soldiers into monsters and setting them against us.
Okay, who has it?
Where's the arms dealer who's selling this stuff?
I'm more worried about its source. Trace the original titroxinate samples to an old Chemworks factory. It's overrun with Nexu. We can't get near it. If you can retrieve any canisters that remain, the Republic will see you're well rewarded for your effort.
Gotcha. Side quest time. Want some more? What's this guy got for us?
Master Jedi, what brings you to our small corner of Republic space? This is such a great, great honor.
What's wrong? Worried about something?
Tell me what's happening.
We're having some trouble. Nothing you couldn't have predicted, but there you are. Our bases here are far from self-sufficient. We're not farmers, and there's no existing infrastructure here to work with. We're at the mercy of our supply ships. and this one's just went nose down in some of the worst territory on Terrace.
Okay, I suppose I could retrieve those supplies for you.
Where's the ship? I don't care if it's at the bottom of a swamp.
The Republic thanks you for your service. Our men tried to reach the ship once, but they turned back after taking serious casualties. They said it's more than just rat ghouls, but couldn't make an ID. If you still want to go, you'll need to talk to our quartermaster at the supply shed across the base. She's got the exact coordinates of the crash.
Okay, then. I'll have a word with her. As soon as I deal with this medical thing.
Ah, I see your infection is progressing. Hold still while I take samples for analysis. While I transmit the data to Dr. Sell, there are some questions I should ask. Do you have any of the following symptoms? Dizziness, fever, shortness of breath, and inexhaustible hunger for sentient flesh?
No.
Can you do anything about these cuts? I'm losing blood here.
I'm sorry, my core function is in analysis, not trauma care. Ah,
Yeah,
here's
Kira,
Dr.
get the
Sell.
bandages out,
Good
please.
news. Your antibody count is off the charts. I'll start work on a vaccine immediately. You are remarkably brave. Our progress has just jumped forward by years. While you recuperate, I'm going to transmit the usual secrecy agreements. Just use your thumbprint to sign on the sensor.
Secrecy agreements? What's up with this?
What do you mean, usual secrecy agreements?
This is standard procedure when the Republic develops biotech with significant earnings potential. We develop the vaccine for Republic soldiers first, and when it's proven, sell it to colonists. Until then, it's under wraps.
You're
We don't
fucking
want the
kidding me.
exchange or the Sith funding some horrible operation with an underground version.
I'm thinking Sogohi would go with this. Since, obviously, he cares about people. No, we should sell it to everybody.
Lives will be lost while this profit is being made.
Tell me something I don't know. Every week we hear another Rakul horror story. But every colonist on the planet is going to want this vaccine. How do I tell my superiors we gave up that kind of money?
Let's see, what would we say? No, I don't think we're that much of a... Let me see... We're not that much of a dick that we tell her, grow a spine. So yeah, don't go to them, do it yourself.
If you get a sample to the Jedi, I bet they'd find someone to make it fast.
I'll keep that in mind. We'll get this cure out one way or another. Thanks for putting yourself on the line for this. Would have taken years to do it the safe way.
No problem.
Don't know if Taurus will ever be what it was. But now, at least, there's hope.
Yeah, we're helping to cure the Rakghoul disease. I am awesome. That's a side quest out of the way. I don't remember. Do I have any mail? But first...
Stand by for examination and suggested products.
Sell my junk and repair all
You are
my
fit for
stuff.
duty. Return to your post.
Nothing there. There's a side quest here we need to update.
And you're just going to make this all better, huh?
What are you talking about?
Usually, people are happy if I come to make things better.
I'm Karen Weck, Quartermaster. Commander Gardet just called to say you're retrieving our supplies. For which, by the way, I and the rest of the troops here humbly thank you. But I don't want Commander Fatpants to think it means he gets away with this. Steal from your troops, waste Republic money bringing in silks and wine from Alderaan, and it's fine. Because some wandering Jedi will happen in to save you.
Commanders, using his funds inappropriately, eh?
That's a serious accusation.
I said over and over that the ship needed repairs. The left stasis generator was loose, and the hyperdrive motivator was seeping fluid. But Gardet had already spent our allotted maintenance budget on himself.
Okay. Yeah, if he's using that money inappropriately, he should be punished for it.
Putting his men at risk for his own indulgences is a grievous misuse of authority.
And then some. But he simply slashed the rations budget in half and figures it's over. The men are starving, and starving men don't hold up well against creatures where one tiny scratch could lead to a base-wide epidemic. If you can take this holo camera out to the crash site, you could get the evidence I need to get him court-martialed.
Okay.
When you put it that way, how can I refuse?
Thank you. If you take holopics of the engine, I can show that the documented lack of repairs is what caused the crash. The most important thing is the supplies, though. The crash site isn't far. When you get everything, bring it back here so I can distribute it.
Alright, and we will be doing the extra thing on this mission. But let's see, where do I go next? Total elimination? No. Hell no. I'm gonna head out now and go to do whichever side quest I end up doing first. Back off. We don't need to fight that thing if we don't have to. Now, which way? I think we're going to head for the main quest now. That's the most important bit at the moment. Pirates. And well, that fights them. We'll get past. My game decided 10 billion milliseconds of lag or whatever it is there was a great idea. Now I need to heal. going.